different weather, and I think our guys had a good practice today. Need to start a little bit faster, but I thought they were locked in pretty good. So we had a good day. We'll have some meetings tonight, and then we have 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow's will be the last 2 that are open to the public, 8:30 and 6. And then we're going to shut it down just because we're going to start to work on Nevada stuff. And so we like to close it up and get all paranoid and stuff when we do that. So, typical coach paranoia.
How far is that walk to Paranoid for you?
It's a pretty quick trip for me. Yeah, I just step over the crack and there I am. But it was a good day today. Got some guys back. Poise was back practicing. Ben Wysocki was back. Alex Redmond did some stuff on the side. You saw that Ellis is fine. I thought that Simon would be back out here, but he wasn't. Hopefully he's back out here tomorrow. I think he needs to get back out here. Guys that were missing, Caleb has the flu. He has the flu. And then a couple of young men have decided to seek employment elsewhere. So TJ Millward has decided that he's going to transfer. He asked for his release. We granted it today, and the same with Jeremy Castro. So we're just going to press on and try to get better every day. And it was good to see some guys I hadn't seen in a while. Oa, you see he's out here, and Marcus Rios. And had a talk with Marcus today, and he has a feeling that he's going to get cleared here pretty soon to resume activities. You can see that he's still very slight, so he has a long ways to go, but it's good news for him. We were concerned about him, so that's good news. But it was a good day. So,
what did TJ say?
I think it's better if you can get a hold of him. He just, he came in, he asked for his release, and he thought he'd be, he just didn't feel like this was the place for him right now. And so, I want these kids to be happy and successful. And so, I love TJ. I think he's a super human being, a fine young man, got a great family, but I want him to be happy. So he thinks he can be happy, somewhere else, and that's fine.
Is Marcus not going to play at all this series?
I don't think he's going to. He's so far away right now, and the plan is for him to redshirt. He's still got the stint in. They're going to take the stint out here pretty soon, but he's just, he hasn't done anything since before the bowl game. So he didn't do anything in spring. It's been a long time. Same with Oa. Oa hasn't done anything since the bowl game, really. Oa's done a little bit more than Marcus, but not a lot.
Bishop Morris,
he was out here at the start, and he started to have some shortness of breath, and so we took him in. And I don't have a report on him, but he was good all day. I'm not sure what happened.
Aaron Porter.
You guys are more into it than me, or more in tune. Aaron got a concussion, second to last day of practice, and so he's out for a couple of days.
Without TJ, where does that leave your backup quarterback situation? Does it change it a lot?
Jerry, we're bringing Jay Call. He'll be in at 6 o'clock tonight. Asante, and then Mike Faithful. So those 5.
With his scholarship now being back on the market, have you made any decision on if you want to give those to walk-ons?
Most likely. I think there's some kids here that have, worked their tails off and are deserving. And so we're going to evaluate it and see who those guys are. And I'll feel really good about rewarding those guys. That's how I earned my scholarship when I was in college. And so, I always kind of go back to those days and how it felt when Don James called me in the spring of my freshman year and said, hey, we're putting you on scholarship. It was a good deal. So, I'd like to see some guys that have worked hard here throughout their career rewarded.
Do you have a number?
No, not yet. We haven't even talked about it as a staff, other than we've kind of listed the names of guys that we think would be candidates, and we're going to go over it in the next couple of weeks and decide.
Some of that Roosevelt Davis looks like he's
Rosie's a working fool, man. Yeah, he and Ryan. He just works. He doesn't say anything. He just goes. He can do so many things. He can play in the slot. He runs down on kicks. He can kick returns. He's, you love guys like Rosie. And his brother, too. They're a good young man.
You expect Caleb back tomorrow?
Yeah. Hopefully. If he had a pretty high fever today, so if his fever breaks, then he should be back out here.
Any update?
No, just still the concussion. Taking it real slow with him. He's had a couple since he's been here, and I don't know that we'll see him this year. We might decide to give him he's got a red shirt. He didn't red shirt last year, and we're still evaluating it. and talking to the doctors and talking to his parents and talking to him. But I think what's important is we do the right thing for him for the longevity of his career. And if the decision is made that it's better for him to sit and just fully recover, then that's what we're going to do. You know, I mean, I'd love to have him. I think he's a good player. I think he could play on both sides of the ball for us and be good on special teams. But we got to make sure the kid's safe.
How'd you feel about Eric Kendrick's movement?
Moved good. He did some 7-on-7. He looked good in the individual. He was moving well. You know, I'm still hesitant, obviously. You know, just a little bit nervous about it. But I think the important thing is that he's confident, and he seems to be getting more and more confident. The more bodies he gets around him, you know, so he goes from individual to 7-on-7. So now he's got more people. We get him in team. We'll have to get in some piles and stuff. But you know, like we've said all along, he'll be good to go, barring any unforeseen, activity by the game.
It seemed like Vanderdoes was scaled back a little today compared to the end of Sam Preview.
Trying to make sure that, you know, we bring him along at the right pace, get him the work that he needs, but not overwork him. I think he's going to be fine. I think he'll contribute right away. You know, I'd be really surprised if he wasn't ready to go for the Nevada game and give us quality reps. You know, I'd like to see him get 30 snaps. I don't know if he will, but I think if we can just rotate our defensive line through and keep them fresh, that's the best way for us to have success.
So you've seen enough of him?
Yeah.
That he'll get 30 snaps?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. You know, I can't say that there'll be 30 perfect snaps, but there'll be 30 great snaps for him to learn as we move through the season. I mean, the guy's going to be a great player, so we have to get him on the field. And even if he's a little light in practice, it's important we get him on the field playing because he can be a dominant player. You know, same with Kylie. You know, Kylie's a heck of a football player. He kind of goes about it a little bit differently. He's a little bit more quiet. I think the interesting decision we have to make, and we talked about it a week or so ago, was Kenny Clark. That guy's a darn good football player, you know, but we have to decide whether or not we can get him enough snaps to warrant him playing this year, you know, because Lee's done well and Ellis has done outstanding. So it's that's a good problem to have. They're all three really good players.
What are your thoughts about going into close to the season with Jack and playing time?
Oh man, no, those two guys are ball players. I mean, Deion Hollins might have the best get off on our team. You know, he gets down on that left side. Yeah, he really can get off on the snap, which is what we saw on his high school tape. And he's just a natural pass rusher. He doesn't get too deep. And then Miles Jack, it's just a matter of what we want to do with him. You know, right now, if we had a game today, he'd be our starting dime linebacker. You know, I don't know that he'd be our starting outside linebacker in Okie, but he'd certainly play snaps. You guys saw us have, you know, he's returning kicks. I mean, you know, he can run. He's powerful. He's elusive. He didn't carry the ball a lot in high school, but he was a good high school running back. You know, so once again, you don't want to, you know, ask him to do too much. All of a sudden, it's, you know, jack of all trades, master of few or none, and that would be stupid of us. But we're going to try to utilize him. Jayon Brown, I think that he'll contribute right away. I think Thomas Duarte will contribute right away. Caleb will. Kenny Walker's been doing a really good job with Simon Wally Pipp out. I asked him if he knew who Wally Pipp was today, didn't he? I was teasing him. He's good at left tackle. I'm just kidding. But
Kenny Lacy.
Kenny Lacy. Did I say Walker? I'm sorry.
Wow, he's gotten bigger.
I apologize. Yeah, Kenny, we left him home. We put on some weight. Kenny Lacy's been doing a really nice job with that left guard. With X out to left tackle. So I think Isaac will contribute. I think that Cameron Judge has a chance to be a really good special teams player. You know, Tahan made a really nice interception there. Every day he kind of gets a little bit better. He's explosive. He's got, he's a good hitter, good tackler. I like our freshman class. You know, we just got to see over the next few days strategically how we want to work those guys in.
How many plays can you play before that red shirt?
One.
Just one play? Is that league or just
unless they get injured, like Ish did last year. That's why, you know, one of the reasons that Malcolm lost his appeal is he played 6 plays.
It's if you get hurt in the first quarter of the season.
Yeah, I think it's the first quarter. And it has to be legitimate, made up injury. It has to be legit.
a tough decision?
Yeah, but you know, I think that these guys want to play. I don't think if you asked any of them if they prefer to play a red shirt, they'd say red shirt. I think they'd say play. And we want to win. And so if they give us the best chance to win, then we're going to play them. You know, that's what we're going to do. You don't know what the future holds with any of these guys anyway. So if they can help us win, we got to get them on the field helping us win right now. That's what people want. That's what we want. That's what they want.
Have you announced the captains yet?
No. No. I know who they are, but I haven't announced them. I haven't told the team yet, so I can't tell you yet. I'll tell you tomorrow. I'm going to tell them tonight. We have our annual talent show tonight, or lack of talent show. So. Okay.